Welcome back, Rankers. Some of you that are older may remember one of these books. We used to have them a lot at home when I was a kid, and called the Yellow Pages. Now, I didn't even know we had one of these in the office, but I'm told that the sales staff here use it for a prospecting tool because this company kindly sends out their entire client database to us every year, which is really nice, and we appreciate too. But it's chock full of businesses who are wasting their money. So, and we contact them and explain to them how they can be making more of their marketing spend. But I often get asked about social media and how it relates to SEO. When I was at a company yesterday and they were saying, well, we don't know whether we should be doing Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or all these other social things, or blogging even. And when I asked them, well, what sort of things do you rank for in Google? They had no idea. And that's because sometimes there's so much noise about online marketing. And I just want to quickly explain the difference. This book here has been replaced by Google. Okay, this is where people used to go when they wanted to buy something. They now go to Google. Okay, so over 90%, I don't know what the number is at the moment, but over 90% of purchasing decisions are researched via Google first, and that includes personal purchasing decisions and business purchasing decisions. And where social fits into that mix, leaving the whole conversation thing aside, if we just talk about purely from a marketing perspective, the social aspect of advertising and how it fits together is, think of it like these banner ads here, say in Facebook, or these, well, not banner ads, but these display ads here in Facebook. They're like the old billboards, say, at stations. People are hanging out, having a conversation here, or they might be like an ad at a urinal at the footy or something, where people are not necessarily having a conversation, but they gather and they're stopped and they have to look at something. That's kind of how these ads are. They're interruptive advertising. I'm not actually looking to a missing key to success, but hey, you might be, and here's the ad for you. And that's the difference with social media advertising and people when they're looking at spending their advertising dollar. That isn't to say these don't work. They do. It's just that the person who you put this ad in front of is in a different state of mind to the person who is maybe Googling for a product or service to buy. But the other side of social media, why you should be engaged in social media from an SEO perspective anyway, apart from the whole conversation thing, is that it's great for backlinks. And to give you an example, just have a look at this guy here, Scott Kilmartin, who at this very moment is stranded at Melbourne Airport with a 3-hour flight delay, and he's spending his time basically making bad puns from the airport. But he is a master of getting backlinks through social media. I'm sure that's not why he's doing it. He's probably just doing it to promote his product. And his product, if you want to have a look at it, is head across to hall.com.au, not Hawk. And what Hall do is that they produce bags, laptop cases, iPad folios, all sorts of great products from things like recycled billboards and all sorts of things. So fantastic product. And of course, each one of these cases is absolutely unique. But he got a story done by our mate David Meerman Scott this week on his blog, and David Meerman Scott interviewed Gus the Boxer. Gus the Boxer is the spokesperson for hall.com.au, and it happens to be Scott's dog. And a wonderful bloke, Gus, I've got to say. But it's a whole interview with Gus the Boxer, and go and have a read of it at Web Inc. now. It's a great interview and fantastic. But the consequence of that for Scott is that when that story went live, his backlinks spiked because David links to the site directly, and then other people scrape and pick up David's story and link to haul directly. So it was a great way to get lots of backlinks. And I'm not saying that Scott did it for that. He didn't. He did it to promote the business generally. But the side effect of that is that you get lots of other backlinks. And another thing that Scott does that I like is that, when there's an opportunity, he takes it. Last week or the week before in Australia, we had a massive failure from one of our major banking systems, and a lot of online payment systems went offline, and it affected a lot of retailers, and certainly Scott was one of them. And he was interviewed by The Australian, and here he is. Look at him, he's a broken man. And that photo was taken before his football club, Richmond Football Club, lost and got belted on the weekend. So imagine what he's like now. One can only imagine. But the consequences of the story is that he gets a good backlink. So there's one school of thought with SEO where you try to run around and pay cheap contractors to go and spam everybody else's blog to get backlinks. The other way to do it is the way that Google wants you to do it, because the reason Google counts backlinks is because of things like this, is because it's saying, well, if The Australian is linking to you, you must be a worthy site. If David, Miriam and Scott and all these other bloggers are linking to you, you must be a trustworthy site and worth our users going to for a particular search term. How do you find your backlinks? There's a couple of ways. You can start off simply by going into Google and just even typing link, and your web address. Now that will give you a cross-section of backlinks. It's not going to tell you all your backlinks, because Google doesn't want people going into their service and finding out who's got all the backlinks and what are the backlinks from every for every site. So they're going to just give you a sample, and it will just be a sample of the ones that they know of. Now, if you don't have any coming up, it means you don't have any backlinks that Google knows of. You may think you have backlinks, but Google doesn't know that you do. If you don't have a full page, you probably want to get some more backlinks, because Google will give you a good cross-section. The other thing that you can do is go to Yahoo Site Explorer. It will tell you of more backlinks. And to give you an idea of that, we'll just go to Site Explorer over here. Here's one I prepared earlier. And you can see here, this is David Mim and Scott's site, and it's telling us that that link has been picked up, and it's a backlink to haul.com.au. We've got Mashables linking to Scott. We've got PR Warrior from Trevor Young. A couple of different Mashable links. Pro Blogger, and Twitter is there, of course. And of course, that's not going to tell you about all the backlinks either. So another thing that you can use is, of course, go to Webmaster Tools and click on links to your site under your site on the web, and that will tell you. This is our site, but that will tell you how many backlinks, and it'll give you details of those backlinks. And so that would be the definitive one, if you like, that if you're trying to work out who else has got backlinks and your competitors and how many of those they've got, then probably Yahoo Site Explorer. There's a few good paid tools out there, and if you want to know which ones we use, just message us and we'll tell you which ones they are. But you can see here of the backlinks picked up, and here's the dates that have been picked up recently for Scott. And this has all come out of the blog post that David did interviewing Scott's dog. Pretty good, huh? And that's it for this week's show. We'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.